see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Good evening and welcome to the 2A Semi-State Final from the Hatchet House in Washington, Indiana. A historic venue for what should be a great basketball game. Parke Heritage, the Wolves coming in at 25-4. University, the Trailblazers from Carmel coming in at 19-9. How did they get here? Parke Heritage beat Forest Park at 48-46 with a shot at the buzzer. Just about can't get any closer than that, or at least you think that, until you hear that the University Trailblazers beat Linton, upset the Miners 59-56 in overtime. Two great basketball teams here will vie for a bid to continue on. Heather Rader, Big D, Dan Phillips, and yours truly, Kevin Rader, here to call the game. And Heather, you already know the next step for the team, whoever could win here.
We want to welcome all back to the Hatchet House here in Washington, Indiana, and the winner of tonight's game will face the winner of 21st Century Charter, who is 21-6, who beat Wapahani today 61-59, or they'll face Manchester 24-2 as they beat Jimtown in a buzzer beater 56-55 earlier today. So you'll see that in our crawl at the bottom. The winner of tonight's matchup will face either 21st Century Charter or Manchester for a state title at Gamebridge Fieldhouse next Saturday, March 29th. Kevin?
Big D, one of the big things we're seeing is we're seeing close games all over the state.
I was just going to say, you really can't ask for a better two high school games at this level. Nobody likes blowouts or anything like that, and neither one of these at any point in the contest were they ever games that were ever, okay, you know this team's got the game in the bag. I feel like Forest Park fans and most onlookers thought they might be pulling that game out. But I tell you, Riverton Park just hung in there as well as they could, and they owe it a lot to Trey Shelsky, 23 points for that kid. A couple of times he just came down and threw the ball up for two back-to-back three-pointers that really got them back in this contest.
That's right. Heather?
We'd like to go ahead and recognize a few of our sponsors that will be in rotation during tonight's ball game. First of all, we are in the E2 Custom Creations pregame show, and E2 Custom Creations can help you create the perfect personalized gift for your special person by laser engraving on just about anything. They're currently taking orders for 2025 and 2026 graduation, so if you have an idea or need help creating one, give them a call at 812-798-0174 or find them on Facebook at E2 Custom Creations. Our scoreboard sponsor tonight is Heritage Lumber and Supply. They are your local source for lumber and building materials. They're located in Linton behind Walmart. They're locally owned, they're locally operated. They offer full-time building packages, exterior building products, windows, doors, and more. So let their team help you with your next DIY or professional building project. Call them at 812-798-1178 or find them on the web at www.heritagelumbersupply.com. Starting lineups tonight will be brought to you, as always, by Klusner Construction of Linton. Whether it is a remodel, a new construction, or a home addition, you know it'll be done right the first time. Every single time you choose Klusner Construction. Call Tony Klusner or Bart Wade of Linton today. Halftime sponsor, Illusions Bridal and Prom. They have the gown for you. They carry many designers such as Giovanni, Sherry Hill, and more. They are your one-time stop. So whether you're looking for a prom dress, homecoming dress, wedding gown, bridal party, or tuxes, make the shot at Illusions Bridal and Prom Shop by visiting them at 701 Main Street in Vincennes. Also, tonight's free throw sponsor is Midwest Satellite. Mike Morin asked, are you looking for TV or high-speed internet? Give him a call, as he offers Dish TV plans starting at $91.99 a month and T-Mobile high-speed internet for $60 a month. Call Midwest Satellite, 812-847-8848. Call Mike. He will treat you right. Walton Funeral Service serves as our three-point shot sponsor this entire season and during tournament play. They are dedicated to professional and compassionate service, leaving kind memories since 1915. One generation to the next, one family to another, Todd and Cindy Walton are proud of their funeral home's heritage. Their families have been there for this community for over a century and look forward to serving you for many more years to come, as they are your lamp of hope when you need them most. And we also want to remind you always during tournament play that this broadcast is copyrighted by the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, videos, and audio without the expressed written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. And one final thing. This broadcast is internet audio only. It is on our YouTube station at youtube.com/@Rader Media. And you can find lots of things on this YouTube channel, but tonight we are in essentially a radio internet capacity where you'll see sponsors rotate, you'll see a scoreboard, you'll see all kinds of things throughout tonight's game except for the playing field. Kevin?
And so, Big D, you think about the two close games that both these teams had earlier today, you wonder how much gas they have left in the tank for this game tonight. I think that's something a lot of folks here are on the two teams that went home will be wondering about tonight.
Yeah, because the Linton University game went to overtime.
Right now, both these teams coming out of the court. First of all, led by Parke Heritage. Didn't mean to interrupt, Big D. And I'm assuming that University will be quick to follow. Go ahead.
No, some of them were out already. But yet, that's always a question. It always has been a factor in every year I can remember. The semi-state, 2 games, how you play, your depth, how physically, and if anybody has any injuries, it's magnified by the lack of rest. The trick has always been, what do you do during that break? You hydrate. There's not a lot going on in Washington for kids to, a lot of times they go to hotels, they kind of hang out, but you don't really want to do nothing but lay flat. I would think your muscles will tighten up. So it'll be interesting to see. My eyes, of course, are going to look at Trey Shelsky because he was all over the court. If anybody probably exerted the more energy than anybody, it would have had to have been him.
He was phenomenal.
And for University, the big guns again. It really wasn't the big guns that won that game. It was Faisal Muhammad with 12 points. He just, with their main player McComb out and another one out with fouls, you really felt good if you were a Miner fan. But Muhammad came down and was able to make some great plays defensively. I think he was a thorn in our side. And then you can't take away from Blake Gray hitting that three with 6 seconds to go that tied this contest. Without that, it doesn't happen.
Well, you look at the Miners, 24 of 37 from the free throw line compared to 4 of 10 for the Trailblazers. A big disparity there, but Big D and I both agree they could have called even more. It was a rough and tumble game as far as the Trailblazers are concerned, but how do you balance that? Well, 15-2 in bench points.
Right, and I think, normally I would feel bad about saying, hey, we had such a discrepancy, but I honestly think there were a lot of other fouls that weren't called. A lot of hacking up the top on Jackson Miller was just hampered all night long by fouls that I think would have been called, but we certainly had our opportunities, and
At
certainly
the free throw line,
certainly the bench points. Henderson number 44, key player, sophomore, probably starts just about anywhere else, and certainly going to be a player to watch tonight because he plays as much as the starter does.
Yeah, and at 6'6", but don't let that fool you. He is agile as they come. He is definitely a D1 possibility if he continues to progress in his basketball playing days. We're still about 17 and a half minutes away from the start of this game. Now, both sides here are pretty much in their seats. It's not a big crowd tonight, and I heard some buzzing that quickly is saying, well, if Linton, Stockton, and Forest Park had been here tonight, it'd be a much bigger crowd.
Big numbers, yeah.
But we do hear a band, and,
at a university.
The university brought their band, and it's only got, I think, Heather, 12 members?
12 to 13 members is what I am hearing, and
two of them are bass.
They sound great.
Yeah, two of them are bass, and one's a cello. So
they do sound good.
Yeah, they sound pretty happening. It's nice to have it. I'm glad to have a Pamp band. I will say that the folks from up in Parke County have driven down in droves. Their side up there is pretty full. University located in Carmel. They got a little bit further to go, but still a pretty good amount of crowd. But obviously Linton and Forest Park are a little bit closer in range. Probably would have brought this place packed out.
Well, we'd like to say, for those of you that are joining us on YouTube tonight, we did field some questions earlier. We're probably going to continue to field questions as well as to why we are broadcasting tonight's game since Linton was eliminated this afternoon. And let's give you all a recap. When we apply for a sectional, region, or semi-state, we apply for all games. And that is because we are an IHSAA affiliate, and we like the opportunity to be able to showcase all teams that are playing each other. And so we are very happy and proud to be here to cover this game to finish out this day's work for the semi-state and see who will advance to face either 21st Century Charter or Manchester next week at Gamebridge Fieldhouse. We also want to say that you can see in the bottom of your screen, we have a crawl running that gives you a number of sponsors that chose to cross over from the Linton-Stockton game into this game. And then you can also see a number of sponsors that are rotating in a banner form. And once again, those have chosen to stay not only for the Linton game, but they've chosen to be in all broadcast today as well.
You know, Heather, honestly, one of the things it just hit me. This just hit me just now. When you apply for you have to assume your team is going to win. I mean, so
absolutely,
the logical thing would be to do all of the games, and if you don't win, well, we're committed to go ahead and cover. Plus, I really do think the hometown, in our case, would be Linton, would be interested in knowing how Park. I mean, I would be interested in knowing it. So I see nothing wrong with why we're doing it.
Well, Kevin and I have always said that from the very beginning that we would be committed to what we applied for and hope that if we were awarded that, we would continue to follow through. And we're happy to bring you Big D Dan Phillips and Greg Elliott, who joined with us this morning. And as you mentioned, there are a lot of eyes that are probably going to be on this game, not only from those teams that were eliminated today, Forest Park and Linton Stockton, but you've got probably people from 21st Century Charter and Manchester that are going to have another opportunity to hear a game call to see who they may face next week.
Especially if they're driving home. I mean, they can get it on their phones and do it. So what a better place to be. The only thing better for us would be if the Miners were playing this game. But here we are Saturday night at their Hatchet House. I mean, it can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong. Heather, then we may have some new listeners tonight in this, since we're doing audio only on the live stream, who don't know that they can communicate back and forth with us.
Absolutely. So if you are new to Rader Media Sports, or if maybe you have watched us, if you've watched us before, because we did cover a game at Park Heritage, Kevin Rader, play-by-play, has had over 50 years of broadcasting experience. Big D Dan Phillips has called football for 25 years for Linton Stockton and a number of years for basketball as well. But you can also go on our YouTube station, which is where you're watching it right now, and over in the side you can chat with us. So I'm just going to say here, Rader Media Sports says hello, and you can check in with us and let us know exactly where you're watching tonight's broadcast, and what's really nice is these stay up forever. These are not taken down. So Parke Heritage and University, Forest Park, and Linton Stockton have the opportunity to go back and listen to these anytime. It's a little different than radio because one time they're online and then they're pulled off. So you can find these on our YouTube station, just like you can find the state finals for Linton Stockton versus Adams Central, and you can watch that at any given time.
We should say Big D is on quite a run. A couple of years ago, you broadcast a boys final at in Indianapolis.
Yeah, I was doing the Linton game that was the Joey Hart's last year, and it was a great run that year. And
we got all the way to the final. This year they got to the semi-state.
Yeah, and football, of course, was to the state final, which has been awesome. It's been a great ride at Linton. I mean, a great sporting community, but it's just great to be a part of this, giving back to the community, giving opportunities to kids, not only athletes, but students and dance and choir and all of that stuff is brought to the forefront every day by the hard work these guys are doing. And, for these guys today, Parke Heritage, this is the result of their whole year of dedication. And one of the things storylines I thought today was Isaac Pickle, the 6'8" junior, foul trouble right off the bat, 2 fouls, and sat most of the whole first half. But at the end of the game, in the most important moment of the game, he gets the pass beautifully from Carter Crum, another underclassman, sinks it with no time on the clock. The place goes crazy.
It was a great play set up for him. And who knew when they came around at the wing, he came around the court and around the screen at the free throw line, he would be so wide open. I'm sure that's the play that was designed. By the way, Big D, I had to point at this because he only had 4 points, and the last 2 came right at the buzzer.
He came in the second half and really never got offensively on track. He did contribute to the boards. He did contribute inside. He and I know I get his name wrong. Parheimer.
Oh, Partenheimer.
Partenheimer. They had a real good battle back and forth, but just that 6'8" frame being in there. But, Shelsky had really kept this team in the ball game. I do want to mention Carter Crum, 14 points for him. He was a central figure, 6 of 9 shooting, a lot of that on the inside. But, boy, they rotated around. It was loose. Then it was Shelsky. And you thought, they got to get the ball in. And then it comes to Crum, probably not the most one they probably wanted to. And I'm thinking he's going to turn and shoot it. We're going overtime. And all of a sudden there is Pickle wide open, and it was just an awesome thing. And then transversely, we look at the Linton game, and it was a game that was tight all the way through it. You kind of felt like nobody had broke free. The Linton got up by 4, and you kind of felt like that's just enough headroom. Felt like we were one basket from getting ahead. Another 2
or
points.
One free throw.
Yeah, and that just shows you the importance one free throw can make.
Let's break it down. Trey Shelsky, the man to watch for Parke Heritage tonight. 23 points in Game 1. Carter Crum coming in with 16. But I would also throw Braden Luce in that as someone to watch. Pickle, someone to watch.
Yeah.
And even Ren Harper, who's now being able to get back on the floor.
Right,
those are all solid basketball
The story
players.
of Ren Harper, obviously, he was a leading scorer when he went down with the injury. Only is playing because they've gotten this far, and today was his first time back. So he's going to be a little bit better and more at ease than he was in this afternoon. But, I think Luce, against us, he killed us. He had 5 3-pointers in that game. So he can do it. Then you got to go to University, and their best player, McComb, a scoring average, really wasn't his standard game either.
Well, he fouled out, but they came away with 3 guys in double figures, almost 4. McComb with 12, Mohammed with 12, Henderson with 11, and then Zine Bland coming away with 8. But I would point to Joshua Henderson because it seemed to me in the second and third quarters he really asserted himself and rose above.
Yeah,
he was kind of the player to watch for University.
4 of 7 inside the 3, and he was 1 of 4 from the 3. The fact that he could shoot the 3, I think you had to defend him out there. But he was lanky, tall, and has a wide with his arms out there. He really played a big difference coming off the bench because McComb had to sit, Kamek had to sit back a little bit with 4 fouls, and again, Faisal Muhammad, he was 6 of 11 shooting with 12 points too. So those are not the 2 guys we would normally say to watch out for.
You have to look at athleticism,
Yeah.
and when you've got McComb, Gray, Mohammed, Henderson, and I don't know that I would put Bland in the category with those guys, but and then you've got Kamek out there who kind of does the dirty work and underneath, but those four are tremendous athletes.
And then Noah Cortez and Peter Morales came off the bench too. Cortez hit one of two right at the end of the overtime that kind of gave them a little bit more of the lead. It was just a game of what ifs.
This is the E2 Custom Creations pregame show.
We're going to take a quick moment out to hear from E2 Custom Creations. This is a production of Rader Media Sports.
E2 Custom Creations, we know that every memory has a story. Every time we sit around with family and friends, we share those memories. When we pull the boxes of old pictures out of the closet, we revisit those memories of our past. Whether it's a photo or a special moment with family, a picture of a loved one who has passed. When you think about that moment, there's a memory that goes with it. At E2 Custom Creations, we offer custom laser engraving for keepsakes, personalized gifts, home decor, signage, awards, and many other custom made-to-order products. Let us help you personalize a unique gift for a loved one, customize an item, or create promotional materials and awards for your business or athletic team. Our services include engraving and cutting on a variety of materials including wood, acrylic, leather, granite, marble, glass, and coated metals, just to name a few. If you have an idea, reach out and let's talk about how we can bring your idea to life.
Teams still warming up. By the way, University has gone back to the locker room for right now, and so the only team still out there right now is Parke Heritage. By the way, this is the second game we will have called this year for Parke Heritage, but we actually the third time we've seen them.
Correct.
So we're getting quite a bit of experience here following Parke Heritage. Heather?
Well, again, we want to ask all of you that if you are listening and you would like to chat in our box next to the chat option, so to speak, we'd love to see where this reaches. We are once again at the Hatchet House here in Washington, Indiana. We'd like to thank Athletic Director Larry Cochran, who has been wonderful to work with this week in getting everything set up for us. And coming down this week, we did a little bit of a preview on Tuesday, and I know that this is a phenomenal facility to play in and to broadcast from and to see the crowd. We came in tonight, saw a number of people walking along the top loop, and we hear that that's kind of a common occurrence during ball games. A lot of times people come to ball games and just walk around the top.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how much this would cost to build today?
No.
A facility like this?
No.
Well,
it is huge. Over 7,000, right?
have
Is
been
capacity?
some,
Heather?
7,090.
Been some big ball games in this facility in southwestern Indiana. Big tilts between Washington and Vincennes, Lincoln, and some other schools. It's just been a...
You and I and Kevin, you and I and Big D had the opportunity in between games to go have some lunch and have some time to kind of reflect on the first two games. And then you and I had the opportunity to have some ice cream from Scoops, which I hear is a legendary place here in Washington.
Judging by the line, I'd say
it was their
the case.
first day to open. So that was pretty cool to be able to just give a little bit of revenue back to this area.
I tried to avoid the root beer stand because I figured I would be stuck no matter how full I was with getting a foot-long coney dog, and drove downtown and looked at some of the old buildings in there, and then took a colorful drive through the old Wheatland Road back to Vincennes.
Help me out here, Big D. I think of the Zeller brothers playing in this this building, but there's more than just them. Bushi, is that all right?
Yeah.
Is that how that's pronounced?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And he played here?
He played here. We got a Neil and Helm, 6 jerseys that are retired up there. Of course, my age group, I remember Bushi real well. Went on to play at IU.
1979.
I played a surprise birthday party for him in Vincennes one time, and you just don't realize how tall these guys are until they walk up on you. Then you think, I'm 6'4", and looking straight up in the air at him. But a lot of history here at Washington. They've got to replace their head coach, longtime Coach Miller, who's been here forever. That'll be a weird thing around here.
Well, okay, Heather, go ahead.
We do want to say that we know that spring breaks for lots of schools began officially yesterday. We know that there's lots that are traveling out of state as of right now. There's already a number of photos posted of people already on the beach, boarding cruise ships, heading to see Mickey Mouse, which
that's always a good thing.
I'm always for that. But we just want to say stay safe and wherever you're at, and have a good time, and hopefully you stay healthy.
Honestly, the times are a whole lot different these days.
I'm seeing that there's some caution travel alerts going on for the United States. Countries are saying don't travel to the United States.
You just got to be careful in anything that you do. That stay with friends and all of that fun stuff. It's just a whole different world out there.
We also should mention that our basketball coverage for the season is ending after this broadcast, and we will be taking a little bit of not necessarily a break, but our coverage, because we have lots to do in the next 3 weeks before baseball and softball.
Now, let's pony up a little bit, Heather. Let's have a 20 seconds of honesty here. Where is it you want to go on Monday? Help us out.
Okay, my dream day trip has been for probably the last 10 years of my life to go to Casey, Illinois to see the City of the Big Things.
To sit in a big chair.
As a photographer, I have seen so many photos posted of these items, and I'm like, you know what? I want to go as a photographer, and I want to be able to capture some photos and be able to bring
doable too.
and to bring the City of Big Things back to a lot of people on our Facebook pages in hopes that maybe they may want to take a road trip too this week.
In fairness, I have told my wonderful bride that she could. Where do you want to go? Anywhere in the world.
Well,
and what does she say?
Well,
besides Disneyland.
Well, Disney World and Alaska are like my 2 bucket lists.
Yeah.
Well, you've been to Disney several times.
We've been to Disney
it's
recently.
Cold in Alaska.
I have to fly, and I would have up until the last maybe 6 months. I would have been fine with it. Now we got to put in.
Not so good.
We're not doing that for a while.
The band I was in when traveled one time had a chance to go to Alaska. We were in Iowa, and we had so many days to get there, and it was just.
I'll tell you,
it was just it was enticing because it would have been like two or 3 weeks of Anchorage and a couple of other places.
Yeah, I've been there.
When you looked at the map and thought of having to drive all that distance, we just couldn't.
I can tell you that I have been there, and it is spectacular. I would recommend it to everybody, and you are going to go one of these days if we have to drive you cross country to Seattle to get on a ship. But right now we're just seconds away from the 2A semi-state final from the Hatchet House.
You have been listening to the E2 Custom Creations pregame show, and we are now preparing for the colors to enter the floor.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise? The Washington High School Naval Junior Reserve Officers Training Corps Color Guard presents the colors. Tonight's color guard is commanded by Cadet Ensign Jaden Clark.
There will be a moment of silence. That will be as the flag is coming out on the court here at the Hatchet House.
To honor our country and our flag, please remain standing until the colors leave the floor. Ladies and gentlemen, this time please remove your hats, salute our flag, our national anthem.
Again, we will wait now until the colors leave the floor. Job well done here in Washington as we get ready now for your starting lineups. Let's listen in.
And starting lineups are sponsored by Klusner Construction of Linton.
Football game of the Class 2A Southern Semi-State. On the scoreboard, the Wolves of Parke Heritage will be the visiting team. The Trailblazers of University will be the home team. Here are the starting lineups. First for the visitors from Parke Heritage. Starting at one guard, number 3, Brendan Boyd, 5'9", sophomore. And another guard, number 22, Grace Luce, 6'1", senior. At the third guard position, number 23, Ray Shelsky, 6 foot, junior. Starting at forward for the Wolves, number 32, Isaac Pickle, 6'8", junior. And number 33, Carter Crum, 6'4", sophomore. The Wolves are coached by Rick Shelton. And now the starting lineup for the home team. The Trailblazers of University. Starting at one guard, number 1, Zion Bland, 5'10", senior. Starting at the other guard, another guard, number 2, Max Cole, 6'4", senior. At the third guard position, number 13, Blake Gray, 6'2", junior. And at the fourth guard position, number 30, Faisal Muhammad, 6'2", junior. Starting at center for the Trailblazers, number 32, Vancouver Cabbage, 6'4", junior. University is coached by Justin Blanton.
So with that, we have the starters.
Just real quick, something that I just ran into here on Facebook, courtesy of Indianapolis Star High School Sports, stated that the University freshman guard Joshua Bledsoe is great-grandson of Harold Bledsoe, one of the first 2 black players to play at Washington Hatchet House in 1929.
Holy cow. Bringing out the deep facts.
And Joshua's wearing number 5 tonight. We'll see if he gets into this contest tonight. So getting ready to jump up, Max McComb at 6'4" against number 32, Isaac Pickle at 6'8". It's up in the air. Pickle will win the tip. Shelsky will run it down. What a surprise. Let's see how much energy he has left. They go underneath. Crum off the backboard. No good. Tries to pull down the rebound. Cannot. Mohammed steals it away. The Trailblazers are coming down the floor.
That was kind of a bunny, and that's something that came back to burn the Miners.
Mohammed. Cross court. McComb. Out on top. Gray. Back to Mohammed. To Gray. Looking inside. Nobody home. Goes back to the left. Trey on the way. Mohammed. Faisal Mohammed getting the first tray. Walton Funeral Service 3-pointer of the night. 3-0 Blazers. A drive, left hand, up off the glass. It's good, and a foul for Braden Luce right away, Big D. I think he's going to be more aggressive tonight.
Well, it's hard to imagine being more aggressive than he was this afternoon, but it's a good sign that he actually, that was Luce.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Right.
Braden Luce,
yeah, okay.
who only had like 2 points, I believe, in the earlier game tonight, and he is a good ball player.
It's a good sign for for Parke Heritage fans that he gets active right off the bat.
I'm sorry, Luce did not even score in the earlier game today. Did he make the free throw
He
there?
did not.
And he was at the Midwest Satellite free throw line.
Coming the other way, it's now 3-2. Blazers on top, and they have the basketball. Gray with it on the left wing. Going out now to McComb. Back to him again. Now working over on the right side to Bland. Muhammad. Now they go all the way to the wing to Gray. Back out on top, Muhammad. Going to the right side, McComb drives the baseline, tries to reverse layup, a little too hard. We're coming the other way. Loose with the ball. Braden works through a double team. We're coming out man for man. Goins, the sophomore point guard, out on top. He's really filling in for Ren Harper. He may play tonight, but he's recovering still from knee injury. Working here on the left side to Crum. Out on top, Pickle. So far, Shelsky has been quiet, but we're just underway.
Man-to-man by University.
Getting it over to Pickle. Now they try to get it inside. Crum all the way to the rack. And Carter gets his first two of the night. 4-3 Wolves. And now they come out with a half-court press. McComb, right side. They get it across easily. Right side to Bland. Now over on the left side, Muhammad. McComb working now to the right side. Now switches to the left hand and inches his way back toward top of the key. Gets it to Gray, now to Muhammad. Out on top, Gray. Looks inside, nothing doing. Back to McComb. Cross court, Muhammad. Now inside, Bland, top of the key, Gray. Shot, no good. Rebound, pulled down there by 6'8", Isaac Pickle.
2 boards quickly by Pickle.
Getting it out on top, it's number 22, Loose, with a shot up, no good. And the rebound's coming the other way. Gray goes coast to coast and gets a little runner right down the pike. 5-4, Blazers on top. The Trailblazers. There's a shot top of the key. A Trey on the way by Luce. A Walton Funeral Service three-pointer, and I'm telling you, he's a lot more aggressive tonight.
Yeah, I mean, right off the bat.
7-5. Wolves on top of the Trailblazers. Looking on the out top of the key. Gray over to the left side. McComb. Long jumper. No good. Way short. Follow up and good by Kamek. Cooper Kamek getting his first two. The 6'4" junior. Getting it on top to Pickle. He gets it over on the right side. Goins eludes his man. Puts a runner up himself. That no good. Now he's in trouble. Turns back toward the basket. Nice feed underneath there, and Pickle can't get rid of it. But it's pulled down by Crum. Shelsky, his first shot of the late night game, and no good. All alone is Kamek. Shelsky was looking the wrong way, and they went right over him with a pass to Cooper Kamek for his 4th point. 9-7 Blazers.
Well, that's back to
Shelsky driving, and he gets fouled.
Back-to-back fast break points. We didn't see a lot of that.
I wonder if they're wondering how much either team's wondering who's got the most in the tank, and they're going to test him early.
Gray is going to get that foul. That's his first.
Shelsky will step up to the Midwest Satellite of Linton free throw line for a pair. Trey, only a junior, just a fantastic basketball player off the back iron. He's averaging 13 a ball game, and early today, he had a total of 23 in Parke Heritage win over Forest Park. Shelsky eyeing the second free throw. It's on the way. Good. So he hits 1 of 2 from the Midwest Satellite free throw line of Linton. 3 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 9-8 Trailblazers from Carmel on top. Working on the left side, Kamek on the baseline, looking for a cutter, tries to throw it across court, and it's easily picked off there, and we're coming the other way.
First turnover of the game by either team.
Shelsky kicks it out. Now out on top, Shelsky has it on the right wing, looking for Pickle, the big 6'8" guy. He goes around that screen and puts up a shot, and it's blocked. We're sprinting the other way. McComb wants to go right over Shelsky, and he hits the deck, and it was a traveling call. He was spinning. Shelsky was there. There was slight contact, but not enough. McCombs lost his balance and hit the deck.
Henderson was the guy that got that little piece of the ball on Shelsky's shot. He checked in.
Shelsky will walk it up. 3 minutes now to play in this first quarter. 9-8, Trailblazers on top, but the Wolves trying to get in there and get this game tied up. And not tied up. Pickle gets a tip-in basket right at the rim and gives his team a 10-9 lead now over the Blazers. Kamek out on top. Mohammed now on the left side. Shot up, no good. Mohammed missed by a country mile on that one. Didn't even draw backboard. Shelsky counters. There's his tray. A Walton Funeral Service three-pointer, and he now has 4 and gives the Wolves a 13-9 advantage on the Blazers. Mohammed, left side. On to the right to Gray. Back to Mohammed out on top. McComb. Mohammed's working more at the top of the offense. You notice that, Big D? Than what we saw earlier today.
The zone.
McComb was mainly at the top earlier, I thought.
Zone being played by the Wolves.
Getting it over on the left to Gray. Back to Mohammed. Tries to go around Shelsky. A little push off. And he gets the shot. Well, the referee apparently didn't mind that one. A 2-pointer for Mohammed. He now has 5. It's 13-11 Wolves on top. And they have the basketball. Get it to Carter Crum. Waits for the cutter. Goes in, and he's going up on the big sophomore, Joshua Henderson, who's checked in, Big D. The 6'6" sophomore who really played well in game 1 today.
Foul on McComb. And we're going to see Cortez come in.
Carter Crum now stepping up to the Midwest satellite of Linton free throw line. It's up and good. Carter will get another.
Cortez comes in. Also McCullum and Ren Harper, as it looks like Goings and Luce take a seat, as well as Muhammad.
Crum stepping back up. It's 14-11 Wolves now. Carter eyes and flies and hits it. He's 2 for 2 from the free throw line and 4 points, and gives the Wolves a 4-point advantage, 15-11. 1:30 now to play in the first quarter. Trailblazers with the ball. Cortez, who just checked in, as Big D pointed out, with it on the right. Goes to McCombs, back to Cortez on the right baseline. Feeds it low to Henderson. He's picked up there by... He was picked up by... Well, who was that now?
That was Henderson that scored that.
Henderson. I'm sorry, he was picked up by Pickle, but Pickle couldn't do anything with it. There's a missed shot by the Wolves. Henderson pulls down the rebound, and McComb is coming the other way.
A little out of control on that shot.
Cortez with the ball. We're now under a minute in quarter number 1 with the ball on the left. They get it inside to Kamek. Now back out to Cortez. Now shot by Henderson on the baseline. No good. Rebound is pulled down by Isaac Pickle.
Pickle 3 boards.
Time for the last shot. 30 seconds now remaining in this first quarter of play for the 2A Semi-State Championship from the Hatchet House in Washington.
And remember, Shelsky drained an end of quarter 3-pointer.
He waves everybody back. Cortez comes out to meet him. Shelsky goes to Pickle, top of the key. We're under 10 seconds now. Goes around the screen. Shelsky takes it. In and out, no good. Rebound is pulled down and out of there. Blake Gray will try one all the way, and no go. We are at the end of 1. And the Parke Heritage Wolves, 15. The University Trailblazers, 13 on the Heritage Lumber and Supply scoreboard. This is Rader Media Sports.
Good at a lot of things, like cheering on the Miners to victory. Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent Jathan Wright is good at making sure your insurance needs are just right for you. That's why Jathan is here to help you work through any questions you might have about your auto, home, renters, business, and life insurance. Then you can get back to making sure the Miner fan section is louder than the other team. Talk to Jathan. Stop in or submit your information online and give him a call at 812-798 26-15. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Welcome back. Well, we got a good game going here, Big D. It's a close one. 5, 9, 11, 12, 13, 15 for the Parke Heritage Wolves. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 13 for the Blazers. That's right. So far, I'm accurate, Big D. Coming down is Noah Cortez, the junior, in the ball game. He looks over on the left side toward Blake Gray and gets him the ball. Henderson with it now on the baseline. Kicks it out to McComb, the senior. Right side Cortez on the wing. Dribbling with the left hand, works his way over to the left side. Gray, McComb. He'll whip it back out. Gray out on top. Now Cortez in the right wing. Henderson has shifted over to the right side now, and they'll begin to lean that way. Cortez looking for the cutter. Can't find one. Gets it out to Henderson. He's going to take the shot. A reverse layup up and in. Boy, this kid is the real deal. 4 for Joshua Henderson, the 6'6" sophomore. 15 all. 7-10 remaining in this first half of play. The winner goes on. The loser goes home. Crum with a turnaround right over Henderson. And Carter comes up with his 6th point of the night. 17-15 Wolves. Blazers, Henderson, a tray on the way, in and out, no good. Kamek pulls down the rebound, kicks it out to Cortez. Now to McComb, jumper, no good. Cortez runs down the errant shot. Blake Gray with a follow, and it's going to go. 4th point for Gray. 17 all. Working on the left side now is Ren Harper. Nice to see him back in the ball game again. He is normally their leading scorer, but recovering from a knee injury. Inside, shot up, no good. Attempt on the follow by Crum is up and in, but no, they're going to call a foul, and I think it's going to be on McComb. And you can see him saying not again, because how many fouls is that? That's only one on him.
No, that should be 2.
He had problems in game 1 and sat for much of it, but I will tell you, it did not hamper the Trailblazers, even though he is their best player. Ren Harper checking out. Number 5, McMullen, is now in the ball game. They try to go low to Crum, working on Henderson.
Boy,
shot up, no good. Boy, they were all over him, and nothing was called there. Blake Gray going coast to coast, pulls up on the left side to Muhammad. Henderson again, free from the baseline. Joshua hits a Walton Funeral Service 3-pointer. He now has 7 of the game, and he gives the Blazers a 3-point 2017 advantage.
Ooh.
Shelsky out on top. He's going to take the tray. No good. Crum with a rebound, and he loses it out of bounds. Carter had it, couldn't hold on to it. Getting ready to inbound the basketball now. Mohammed will bring it up. Nope, I'm corrected. He gets it to Cortez. Kamek. Back to Cortez at the top of the key. Working with the left hand, shades his way to the left side, now backs up at the logo. Blake Gray, Cortez, left side, Mohammed. Top of the key, Cortez. It's a 1-2-2 zone, it appears. They go inside to Henderson. He tries to pass to Kamek, and it's an errant pass and goes out of bounds. It'll be a turnover.
One pass too many. That is the 3rd University turnover. Parke Heritage with just 1.
Clock running, 5:10 to play in the first half. 20-17, Blazers on top. Wolves with the basketball. Crum with the ball. Gets it to Pickle. So far, Isaac, well, he gets it low to Crum. He kicks it back out. Here's
drive.
A nice move to the cup by Braden Luce. And he has 7 in the ball game. 20-19. Blazers still with a 1-point lead.
Luce
Cortez on the right side.
Night and day between today and tonight.
Henderson wide open, shot no good on the baseline, pulled out of there by Pickle. Shelsky coming across the timeline. He wants to fly it right to the cup. He's fouled. Big D, he was nowhere near launching that. He was going for the foul. And he got it.
Driving the lane. That's something that
he'll be stepping up to the Midwest Satellite of Linton free throw line.
first foul on number 3,
Cortez.
Cortez.
Free throw good by Trey. He's now 2 of 3 from the line.
Same scenario. University has not attempted a free throw.
Trey hits them both. He's now 3 of 4 from the line, and he also has a tray. He has a total of 6 points. Cortez brings it up against a full court press. Working on the left side to Gray. Now it goes to Henderson to the baseline. Back to Gray. Back to Cortez. Now they're working on the right side. Now back to Cortez, top of the key. He's going to have to put one up once in a while to make it honest.
They just don't want to go inside and challenge.
Kamek. They kick it back out. Gray with the tray. Gray with a tray. His first Walton Funeral Service three-pointer, and it's a 23-21 Wolves lead. 4 minutes to play here in this first half. Shelsky with the ball on the left wing. Now takes it out by the logo at center court. Between the legs. Little shake and bake. Gets it here in the corner. Jumper on the way. No good. Rebound is pulled down and fed in there to the big guy, Pickle, and he makes it count.
Second chance points.
4 in the game for 6'8" Isaac Pickle. 23 all, 3:35 to play in the first half. Cortez moving around in the land of the big boys. Now he gets it back out. I say that because Cortez is probably about 5'10". But he's maintained possession, got the ball. Top of the key, works it left side to Gray. Back to Cortez. Working with the right hand, works on the right side to Henderson. Joshua puts it on the floor and then passes it off to Mohammed. Faisal Mohammed, left side of the lane, tries to go inside to Kamek. He wants to go back out to Mohammed. 3 minutes remaining in this first half, and it's 23 all. Mohammed sets it up and feeds it off. Henderson driving to the cup. He's bumped, and there was a foul call. It was before the shot. We'll see what happens here.
Foul's going to be on Leighton McCullum. Wasn't there an IU player, war number 44, his name was Henderson?
Alan Henderson?
Yeah, that's who this kid reminds me of.
And he's stepping to the Midwest Satellite of Linton free throw line.
Borg. We almost said that at the same time, Heather.
Had to call
free throw up and good by Henderson.
Had to call Perdiddle if that would have happened.
24-23, Blazers on top. Okay, I'll bite. What is Perdiddle?
Oh, it's when you have a headlight out.
And somebody has to say it in the car.
Perdiddle.
Henderson.
This is small Southern Indiana stuff.
Yep.
All right, Henderson hits both free throws. 7-9 now for Joshua.
Off the bench.
Well, he'd be playing everywhere else. Yeah. I don't know. He'd be starting. Shelsky, shot top of the key at Trey. Trey Shelsky answers with a Walton Funeral Service tray of his own, giving the Wolves a 26-25 lead, 2:30 to play first half. Mohammed working with the ball on the right wing. Staying with him all the way is Goins. Shakes to the right and then moves to the left.
Courtesy of Coach Beth Worms, the kid reminds Big D of Henderson because it is Alan Henderson's son.
Man, I am incredible.
Takes it in and traveling call on Joshua Henderson.
It just hit me, the tall, lanky body, and wearing 44.
And Alan Henderson was here in the morning game and more than likely is here today or tonight, according to.
He should be very proud of his son.
He was a monster player. I'll be scanning the crowd now.
Thanks, Coach.
Joshua tucking in his jersey. I think the referee advised that'd be a good thing to do. He did it immediately. Goins with the ball on the right side. Starts to drive, spins. Off the glass. What a shot. It did not fall. Carter Crum pulls down the rebound, and they're going to call a foul. Let's see who that is on.
Carter Crum with 4 rebounds, not to mention scoring output of 8 points.
Crum 6'4", no slouch underneath there, but only a sophomore, and he is really playing tough underneath there.
Morales gets that foul for University.
Pickle gets the ball on the inbound, gets it out on top. Loose to Shelsky. 1:40 to play in the first half. 26-25. Blazers have the ball and a 1-point lead. Crum kicks it out. Goins coming out. Getting it over to Luce. Braden hands it off to Shelsky. His dad, the coach, out on the floor, advising what to do. Shelsky going to the right, hands it off to Goins.
Good stop there by Muhammad. Uh-oh.
Now, there's a pass that was picked off by Blake Gray. He wants to go coast to coast. Shot up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Goins, and now they double team him, and a foul is called. Isn't it? Or what did they do? They said out of bounds, but they gave the ball. They gave the ball possession to Parke Heritage. Yes, there's the foul. So Pickle will inbound the ball with 1:01 to play in this first half. 26-25, Wolves on top. And right now, 30, Mohammed has come out.
Second foul on him.
Trying to see who's come in. The number 4 has come in, DJ Willis.
We didn't see him at all.
No, we did not. Again, I don't know what the holdup here is. Has somebody got a shoe or something? There, they finally get it straightened out, whatever it was, and they inbound the ball. Goins with the ball. Now they get it up to Shelsky. He's double teamed. He goes right back. And a timeout is called by Coach Shelsky to bail out his son, who was double teamed alongside court. 26-25 is the score. 53 seconds remaining. Wolves on top on the Heritage Lumber and Supply scoreboard. Is your family protected? Contact Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Alicia Cornelius to discuss your auto, home, farm, life, or business needs. It's not about protecting her family, she says. Let me help protect yours too. Proudly serving Indiana. Call 812-582-8941 to speak with Alicia, one agent for all your insurance needs.
At Crane Credit Union, we offer checking accounts to fit your needs. We have a high-yield option, free debit cards, and online banking, plus free checks for members 60+. With no monthly service fees, you can start letting your money work for you. Learn more at cranecu.org. Kevin.
I think I spotted Alan Henderson.
Well, you're a better man than I. I've been concentrating on the court.
Just happened to see it.
We're getting ready to inbound the ball. Shelsky has it.
Got a black hat on, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Working here now on the left side. Carter Crum with it. Feeds it off to Luce. Luce spins with the left hand and then pulls back. Back to Goins at the logo at half court.
35 seconds.
He fakes going one way. Now in is Peter Morales, number 11 as well for University.
There's the move.
Shelsky feeds off to Pickle, and he slams it. Take that. 6 points for Pickle. 15 seconds remaining in this first half. Check that. 10. Wolves ahead, 28-25. We got a ball that was kicked. There's a three-quarter length shot put up at the last second by Braden Luce that hit the rim and went away, but there was a call that stopped play ahead of time.
There's just no replacing that drive into the basket. You're either going to get fouled, you're going to get 2 points, or you're going to dish it out. Great play by Pickle, but actually a better play by Shelsky.
It was a great feed.
It sure was.
They're getting ready to inbound the ball from the side. 8 seconds now remaining. With the ball is McComb. He wants to go all the way. Shot off the glass is no good. He hits the deck. He will go to the Midwest Satellite of Linton free throw line and shoot a pair. There's still 4.4 seconds remaining, which means the Wolves will most likely get the last shot of this first half.
Nice drive by McComb as well. Just one-on-one with Harper.
This is his first chance to score in this ball game.
I would have never expected.
Of course, he got 2 fouls and went to the chair, right?
Yeah.
His free throw up and good. He's averaging 16, so keep that in mind as he gets his first point of the first half with just 4 seconds remaining. He has the ball for the second shot. 6'4" senior. Bounces at one side and flies. Up no good. Rebound is pulled down. Half court, shot by Shelsky, goes in and out. Oh my, that was close. And we're at the end of one half. The Wolves will take a 28-26 two-point advantage to the locker room over the University Trailblazers. So stay tuned now. That's on the Heritage Lumber and Supply scoreboard. But stay tuned now for the Illusions Bridal and Prom halftime show. This is Rader Media Sports.
Illusions has the gown for you. We carry many designers such as Giovanni and Cherry Hill and many, many more. Illusions Bridal and Prom, your one-stop shop. Make the shot at Illusions Bridal and Prom Shop, 701 Main, Vincennes.
Is your family protected? Contact me, Alicia Cornelius, your Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent, to discuss your home, auto, farm, life, or business needs. It's not just about protecting my family. Let me help protect yours too. Proudly serving Indiana, call to speak with me, Alicia Cornelius, one agent for all your insurance needs.
Welcome back to the Illusions Bridal and Prom halftime show. 28-26, the Wolves leading the Trailblazers in the 2A semi-state final from the Hatchet House in Washington, Indiana. Let's go over the scoring first of all for the Wolves, who have a 2-point advantage at halftime. Braden Luce has 7, including 1 tray. Trey Shelsky has 9 points. He has 2 trays, but also 3 of 4 from the free throw line. 3 shots from the field for Isaac Pickle, including a jam that electrified the crowd. And 6 points for Carter Crum, including 2 for 2 from the free throw line for 28 points. So they're 5 of 6 from the line. The University Trailblazers, again, trailing here by 2, 28-26 at the intermission. Max McComb with only 1 point, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Blake Gray with 7, including 1 tray. Faisal Mohammed 1 tray, and also a basket from the field for 5. Kamek with a total of 4. Joshua Henderson coming off the bench and has 2, including 1 tray and 2 for 2 from the free throw line for 26 points. They're 3 of 4 from the free throw line. When we come back, Big D will put all these numbers together to make some sense of this thing. We're at the Illusions Bridal and Prom halftime show. This is Rader Media Sports.
Some see a student athlete working on his shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back to the Illusions Bridal and Prom halftime show. Big D, Dan Phillips, is the number cruncher in this trio. Big D, what's the story?
Well, University has shot the ball pretty well, 10 of 20, 50% from the field. That includes a whopping 70% under three-pointer. Inside the zone, 7 of 10, led by 2 of 2 shooting from Henderson, 2 of 2 from Kamek, 2 of 3 from Blake Gray. They've hit 3 of the three-pointers, 30% there, 3 of 10. 1 of 2 each have been Muhammad and Gray. 1 of 4 has been Henderson from the outside. They've been at the line 4 times, hit all 3 of those. 2 of 2 from Henderson, 1 of 2 from McComb. Meanwhile, 42%, you'll take that if you're Parke Heritage. 10 of 24 shooting overall, led by 8 shots from Trey Shelsky. He's just hit 2 of them. Both of those were three-pointers. They're hitting 47% from underneath the three-point line. 7 of 15 there. 3 of 5 shooting from Pickle on the inside. Carter Crum, 2 of 4. Luce has hit a couple of layups as well. 3 of 9 from the three-point range, 33% there. 2 of 6 has been Shelsky's. He's firing them from all sorts of places. Luce has nailed another one as well. Free throw wise, 5 of 7, 71%. Shelsky, 3 of 4. Carter Crum, 2 of 2. Turnovers, just 2 for Parke Heritage. They've done a tremendous job compared to the turnovers that Linton had this afternoon. I'm not seeing the intense defense from University that we saw earlier today. 4 turnovers for University, so a pretty good job of both teams handling the ball. In the paint, 20 points have been scored by Parke Heritage, 10 of 13 on the inside. Just 12 points on the inside from University. It doesn't seem like they're willing to go in and challenge the 6'8 Pickle. The only one that really has done anything like that has been Henderson from the side, kind of going to the baseline and goes up with the reverse and makes that happen. Rebounds, 13 for Parke Heritage, 10 for University, led by 5 from Carter Crump. 4 of those offensive boards. That's led to at least 4 second chance points, 5 boards from Isaac Pickle as well. On the University side of it, they're led by Josh Henderson with 3 boards, 2 each from Zion Bland and Cooper Kamek. And just a completely different kind of a ball game, back and forth as well. And you wonder, second half with the intensity, Kevin, when will the tiredness kick in? When will those feet? And you usually can tell it on the jump shot. The ball usually falls a little short. Will the energy carry them through, or will it catch up?
Well, let's take another break here on the Illusions Bridal and Prom halftime show. And Heather can talk a little bit about, I know, who these guys are going to play, one or the other, and we'll talk a little bit about that when we return. This is Rader Media Sports.
Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Audrey Sparks wishes all a safe and healthy basketball tournament. So far, so good there. Locally owned over 30 years. CAS Contracting, doing business as Kramer's Tree Service, specializes in land clearing and development, including residential tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, vegetation control, compost, seasoned firewood, and quality hardwood mulches. If it's an outside job, that's the bottom line. Call CAS Contracting, doing business as Kramer's Tree Service, at 812-847-7221. And Linton Sporting Goods, your local one-stop equipment shop for all things sports, locally owned and operated in the family for over 40 years. They'll make sure you're ready to start the season or upgrade throughout the season. Find them on Facebook today. And Ross Ubelor, Rita Holtzclaw, and Cindy Walton say good luck with this year's tournament.
Since 1954, Bob Walters Linton Motors has offered a large inventory of vehicles to suit any budget. But they can also service your vehicle from everything of an oil change, tire inspection, rotation, and much, much more. Why drive out of town when you can have your vehicle serviced local? Visit their website on www.bobwalterscars.com. Also, the Grill of Linton is a Linton tradition that has lasted over 100 years. The same family for the last 40. Open 7 days a week with steak night every Friday and Saturday night. You can dine in or carry out at this local eatery in the heart of downtown Linton. The next time you need a lift, call Skinner's Towing. They are locally owned and locally operated since 2012. If you're ever in an accident or breakdown or unsure who to call, request Skinner's Towing at 812-699-0713 for fast, friendly, and affordable towing. Skinner's Towing, the people you can depend on 24/7. Kevin?
Well, Heather, let's talk a little bit about the other game to watch in 2A tonight.
So the winner of tonight's semifinal here tonight, championship, will face the winner of either 21st Century Charter, who is 21-6, who beat Wapahani today 61-59, or they're going to face Manchester with a record of 24-2, who beat Jimtown today 56-55.
A couple more great games. That 21st Century team is from Gary, so they're up in the region there, and they always play a pretty tough schedule as well. So it's one of those a little bit misconstruing things. Kevin, I want to make sure and mention some guys we saw today play. Brock Schuler with 14 points, Partenheimer with 11, Berger with 9 for Forest Park. They had a great season. And, of course, for Linton, you can't go without mentioning Paul Oliver, 15 points, 12 rebounds. Connor Daly with a whopping 19 points, and Jackson Miller with 14 points. All of those in a losing effort for both teams. Want to congratulate them on a great year.
Good point, because they certainly did. Both teams had tremendous years this year, and boy, just think we're so blessed with Linton to have the teams that we can follow.
Yeah, the guys I just named, all three are juniors, so they'll be back next year.
Well, and it's been a blessing for us to be able to call them for the second year in a row under head coach Matt Britton, and it's going to be kind of difficult next week when we don't have a Linton Minor broadcast to call, but I know that they're going to be working, and we'll be back with them for year 3 next week or next year. We're very excited for that. But
that's exactly right.
After tonight's broadcast, it's on to baseball and softball for us.
They got 1 step further than 2 steps further than they did last year, losing to Sullivan on that last second shot. We remember that heartache. And
we're about set here for quarter number 3 of the 2A semi-state final from the Hatchet House. Good point, Big D. It sure is. Starting the third quarter, the 8 minutes here. 16 minutes now to decide who will win the 2A semi-state championship.
If anything these 2 games in the afternoon taught us, every single possession counts.
Pickle getting it out on top. Loose. Gets it to Shelsky. He's having trouble getting to the hoop. He had plenty of opportunities earlier today. Hasn't been able to do that tonight. Loose with the ball.
He's there.
He fakes once, fakes twice, gets it up, and no good, but the tip is good. I believe that was Isaac Pickle.
Isaac Pickle making his presence known.
Getting his 8th point, and it's 6'8". There's no wonder why. McComb getting it across the timeline.
Much more offensive power with Pickle. 8 points.
Zion Bland is now back in the ball game. He started. Mohammed with it out on top. Left side, Bland. Mohammed. Bland. Left side, back to Mohammed. Looks over to the right, thinks better of it. Now they try to go inside, knocked away. They wanted to go to McComb. It was stolen by Brendan Goins.
Big defensive play by the Wolves.
And there, a loose ball. He thought Shelsky was going one way, and Shelsky cut the other.
Shelsky shimmied when he shuffled.
So the pass went directly out of bounds. A turnover for the Wolves. 3-quarter press right now by the Wolves. But the Trailblazers break that easily and get it up. Go inside to McComb. Going right to the rack. Blocked beautifully by Pickle. Again, it's 6'8". You got to know that guy's coming over here.
I was about to clock that up as a basket, and Pickle came out of nowhere.
Shelsky. Right side. Goes low to Pickle.
Nice dish.
Now up and inside shot up, no good. Rebound goes right to McComb.
You got to have that one.
To Mohammed with the left hand. He wants to put it up and is going to call a foul. Brandon Goins was right there. Mohammed gets the foul, or was fouled. He'll step up to the Midwest satellite. No. They're saying it's before the shot. I apologize.
First foul of the night on Brendan Goins, the sophomore.
Gray inbounds. McComb now gets it to Mohammed. Now on the left baseline. Gray shot up and good, and it's a tray. Blake Gray gets his second Walton Funeral Service 3-pointer of the night and his 10th point. 30-29. Wolves still with a 1-point advantage. Pickle shot up, no good. Defense. Rebound by Kamek. We're coming the other way. Mohammed with the ball, working on the left side. Gets it to Bland, now back to Mohammed. Directs traffic, tells Kamek to get out of the way. Gets it to Gray on the right side.
Kamek bodied up real good on the defensive side.
They go inside. Kamek spins. Gets it to Bland. He almost lost control on the pass, but is able to maintain. Mohammed with it out on top. A 1-2-2 zone, it looks like, or a one shot up, no good. And the rebound is pulled down by Braden Luce. Here come the Wolves.
Combe is 0 for 5 shooting.
1-point advantage, and there, boy, Crum is just tied up by McComb. McComb is just not having a good tournament here.
No, he's really not. I mean, I know he's probably who they're focusing on, but that's 3 fouls on McComb. As I mentioned, 0 of 5 shooting tonight.
Inbound the ball. They get it to Crum. He turns around with his position. He knows how to use his body perfectly for a sophomore. 6'4", he's got 8. He positioned himself under the hoop and waited for that pass.
Yeah, he doesn't hesitate. He goes right up with it.
McComb gets it inside to Bland. Shot up no good, and here come the Wolves. They have a 3-point advantage. Try to build it up a little more. Goins with the ball.
Another rebound by Crum.
Left side, get it into, guess who?
Oh, man.
Carter Crum turns around after getting the pass underneath the hoop for another easy basket.
Danger.
10 points for Crum.
Danger time for the Trailblazers.
34-29, 4:36 to play on the Heritage Lumber and Supply scoreboard. The Wolves with a 5-point advantage. This is Rader Media Sports. John Hammerstein, Matthew Parmenter, Cam Gabrielson all wish for a healthy tournament. So far, so good. At Indiana Farm Bureau, we're not just good at insurance, we're good at your insurance. Talk to your local agent, Jathan Wright. He's here for you. Whether you want to talk in person, get started online, or you can call him at 812-798-2615. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood. And looking to sell your home, Century 21 Sheets. Agent Corey Motter specializes in getting top dollar for the clients with a proven track record and personalized marketing strategies. Corey strives to make selling easy and stress-free. Get the results you deserve and close it with Corey. By the way, I love the university band playing Rocky.
Yeah.
That's so fitting with this game. 34-29, Wolves on top over the Blazers. 4:35 to play, quarter number 3. Mohammed working the ball up with Bland to break the press. It's really kind of a haphazard press, just kind of walking through the steps. Bland goes inside. Kamek gets it to Mohammed. Now to McComb on the baseline. He gets out to the wing, back to Mohammed. And there's going to be a 3 on the way by Gray. Shot no good. Rebound, Carter Crum. The sophomore is having quite a game tonight.
He is. 7 rebounds now.
Gets it into Pickle. He wants to go over Kamek.
Oh.
And they call a traveling call. Kamek was leaning on Pickle, and it may force him to kind of drag that pivot foot a little bit. But it's a turnover. 4 minutes now remaining in third quarter, 34-29. Parke Heritage leading University. With it on the right side, Gray. Now to Mohammed out on top. He skirts over to the right wing. Now gets it out on top to McComb. Now to Gray. Now inside. Henderson. Shot up short. Rebound, Carter Crum. Guess who? Shelsky. 9 points in this one so far, but he can awaken at any time. Now shuffles it back to the left. Goins all alone. Shot up no good. Rebound is pulled down by Carter Crum. His follows blocked. We're racing the other way. It's Mohammed. Shot up and good, and he's fouled by Goins. 7 for Faisal Mohammed, but he will get a free throw, and he makes it a 34-31 game as he steps up to the Midwest Satellite of Linton free throw line. This will be the first free throw for Mohammed. By the way, they were only 3 of 4 on the entire game, so this will only be their 5th attempt. Mohammed. One bounce, shot is up, good. Great three-point play, 34-32. Wolves still with a 2-point advantage. 3:10 to play in the third quarter. Shelsky on the right. They get it back to him. Trey on the way, no good.
Look at that.
Crum with a rebound, goes back up to follow. Boy, he and Henderson were jousting over there. Henderson now talking to the referee, saying he was pushed out of the way. I'll tell you, Carter Crum is not to be denied. That's the bottom line.
I mean, he is absolutely a scrapper.
He's playing like there's no tomorrow, which, guess what? There is no tomorrow.
Not for the team this year, but, I mean, he's just a sophomore, I believe. Carter Crum, just very physical on the inside. That foul was on 44. Henderson.
Crum hits it. He'll get another at the Midwest Satellite of Linton free throw line. 3:03 to play in the third quarter. 35-32. Wolves leading the Blazers. Crum will get another one.
Kevin, do you ever wonder if people sit here and watch my hand signals to you?
I don't know. 11. He hits them both. 12 points now for Carter. You know, he had 6 points in the first half, and he already has 6 here in the third quarter alone. 36-32. Henderson with the ball on the baseline. Getting it out on top to Mohammed. 2-3 zone right now for the Wolves. Henderson gets around his man Goins. Nope, can't quite clear him. Gets it back to McComb. Kamek, left side, shot on the way by Mohammed. No good. Rebound, pulled down by Henderson, and his scoop shot is good. 11 for Joshua Henderson.
One of the few times Pickle was outmanned on the inside.
Shelsky with the ball to the left wing, 36-34. Wolves still with the advantage, but only by 2. Precarious 2-point advantage. Shelsky working to the left. Can't get around his man. Great defense by Mohammed. Pickle working with the ball, goes right in on Henderson and just banks it home. Nice move by the big 6'8" Isaac Pickle. He's got 10. 38-34. McComb trying to get into this game, and there he does with a Walton Funeral Service 3-pointer. He's got 4 on the night. He's averaging 16. Shelsky, will he try to respond? Working with the ball on the right side. We got an illegal pick called. And this could be the Blazers' opportunity to take the lead. Ren Harper is checking in right now. Going out is Braden Luce. Braden with 7 points at the first half, has not scored here in the third quarter. Harper on the top of the zone. McComb with it on the right, on the top of the key. Looks to the left to Gray and then shifts instead to the right to Mohammed. Back to McComb, back to Mohammed on the right wing. Dribbles,
nice
McComb cuts it to the hoop and gets it blocked by Pickle. Pickle says no, but then a great steal there. Back by University, they go to the cup, shot up, no good. Rebound, goes out of bounds. They're going to give it to Parke Heritage. Boy, some real scrambling going on here. Luce is coming back in. Going out right now is number 5, Leighton McMullen, for Parke Heritage. Shelsky just walks it up at the logo, cross half court. Goes on the left side to Pickle. Low to Carter Crum. His shot is blocked, goes out of bounds. They called a jump ball, and it belongs to University. Great play by Henderson. 1:03 to play, quarter number 3, 38-37. The Wolves still with a 1-point advantage. But right now, University knocking on the door.
A chance to end this with a lead.
Mohammed shifts to the left wing, gets it out on top to Gray, back to Mohammed. Shelsky tries to pick him up. Henderson. Gray. Inside,
nice
Kamek all alone. 6 points for Cooper. 39-38. Blazers have their first lead. Is it the first lead of the game?
I believe so, since early on in the contest.
Shelsky. I think Shelsky looks tired tonight after this earlier game. Do you?
Yeah, he looks a little bit. He's not quite driving as much as he had. Got 9 points. He's 0 of 2, just 2 of 9 shooting.
He's not scored in this third quarter, and we're just 14 seconds away from ending it. Shelsky against Faisal Mohammed. Shake and bake left and right, and Mohammed gets the foul.
Mohammed's a lot better defender as well. He's going to pick up, I think that's
third foul.
Third foul is what I thought.
On Mohammed. Ren Harper will inbound, gets it into Shelsky. He hits the deck, tries to hit somebody open, and they get it off the glass and good right at the buzzer. Shot is up and good by Blake Gray on the steal. He now has 12 points, and it's 41-38 Blazers with a 3-point advantage. It was unfortunate, but what happened is Shelsky hit the deck. He tried to throw it somewhere to get it to an open teammate and failed to do so. So, on the Heritage Lumber and Supply scoreboard at the end of 3, it's the Blazers 41, the Wolves 38. This is Rader Media Sports.
Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
So, Big D, 8 minutes left to decide this.
Yeah, and it's I've been back and forth. I think in that period we saw 36.4% shooting for Parke Heritage, the worst of the game so far, 42% for University.
Tell you what, this crowd is phenomenal. They've got 2 awesome pep blocks. Both sections on the adults essentially are on their feet.
That third quarter belonged to the Trailblazers. Shelsky with it out on top. Gets it to Carter Crum working against Henderson. Kick it back out. Shelsky, Trey on the way. No good. They're just not falling for him. Henderson with a rebound. He could not miss in the first game today.
Yeah.
He's not been that fortunate tonight.
2 of 8 from three-point land. As a team, they're 3 of 12, just 25%.
Mohammed, left wing, Henderson. Back on the right, Gray back up to Mohammed. Switches places with Henderson. Now they get it to McComb on the baseline. Working around on the right side. Henderson shifts it back again to the left. Now into Kamek. He's going to go back to Henderson. He eyed the shot, decided not to take it. They switch, and Blake Gray will now take the top at the key. Bounce pass to McComb on the left wing. Back to Gray, back to McComb. They have a 3-point advantage. They're going to be very deliberate about it the rest of this way, I bet. McComb. Dribbling with the basketball. Getting it over on the left side to Mohammed. Back out to McComb at the logo.
Ooh, a little lazy with that pass.
McComb. Left to Mohammed.
Driving,
pushed. Gets pushed from behind, but nothing called. Shot up by Gray. Good.
Oh, boy.
And it's a tray for Blake Gray, his third of the night, a Walton Funeral Service tray. And the Blazers threatening to pull away here at 44-38.
6 of 16 from three-point land, and this is danger time for Luce. Just needs to put that up.
He's trying a little runner, and he gets it. He was fighting to try to get an opening. He now has 9. 44-40, Blazers by 4, and they have the ball with 6 minutes remaining in this contest. You can punch your ticket to the state title game.
The team that should be tired is University of that overtime, but it really feels more like Parke Heritage just lagging a bit.
Mohammed tries to pass it into Henderson. It's picked off. Deflected by Parke Heritage. Shelsky across the timeline, looking at the right side. 5:40 to play. Coming out to meet him is junior Blake Gray. They're both a pair of juniors. Shelsky with the left hand. Driving to the cup. Shot up. No good. But a foul is called. Shelsky will go to the Midwest Satellite of Linton free throw line.
First foul, it looks like, on Gray. Second foul on Gray. Shelsky coming to the line. It's just 3 of 4 from there, so he's usually pretty good. Here's where we see the legs and the energy.
Shelsky. No good off the back iron. He's frustrated with himself. You can see it. This is where both these teams need to dig down deep. Shelsky, second free throw. No good. He missed them both. Henderson with a rebound. Blazers went out on that one. It's 44-40.
That's
an empty possession.
Big miss
for Parke Heritage. McComb with it on the left side. Bounce pass out on top. Mohammed back to McComb on the left wing. Goins trying to pick him up there. Mohammed goes cross court. There's an easy pick off. An errant pass. Braden Luce picks it off and hits the tray. He could have gone to the cup. He said, no, I'm going to put the 3 up. And he hits a Walton Funeral Service 3-pointer. 44-43, a 1-point game. Blazers with the ball and a 1-point lead.
Couple of lazy passes by University.
McComb. Baseline, and oh my, I don't know what Mohammed was thinking there. He started to touch the ball, did touch the ball, then he tried to act like he didn't and went out of bounds. Parke Heritage with the ball, and what a big break. Mohammed going to the side court now, coming out. I think they put in
8 turnovers.
Zian Bland.
Boy, I tell you, 3 of the last 3 trips down have been 3 turnovers.
Shelsky out on top. Carter Crum. A give and go, and they can't get it done. The ball goes out of bounds.
Went to Pickle, and he just handed it off right into the hands of Crum, and Crum just lost it. That was going to be either
Crum had a clear path to the hoop. It was going to be a 2.
2 or a foul or a 3-point play.
Bringing it up is Gray to Bland, back to Gray. And there, what do we've got, a foul call? Yeah, foul called on Shelsky.
Watching McComb have words with Goins, and it's just a few times in both games I've seen McCombs have a couple of words.
They inbound the ball, Gray with it. Coming across the timeline to Bland, back again to Gray. Now on the right side, McComb. Gets it over on the right side now. Inside, Henderson drives to the cup, gets a shot blocked by Pickle. And now it's a loose ball, and they call a jump ball. And let's see, it should belong to the Trailblazers.
Boy, there was a lot of physicalness inside of that one.
So, Blake Gray will get ready to inbound the ball underneath the Trailblazer hoop. 3:59 to play in the game, 44-43. Blazers with a 1-point advantage. And they have the ball. Henderson with it, out on top to Bland. Now to McComb. Left side, Gray, back to McComb. Henderson. McComb, Gray, McComb. Double teamed, Henderson, all alone on the right wing. The fans want him to just dribble it in a little bit and take it. But Blake Gray will.
Oh, my gosh.
And he gets his fourth Walton Funeral Service three-pointer. 3, 6, 9, 12, 14, 16. I'm down for about 18 already.
Yeah, 18 points for Gray. Man, that was took some.
That was sweet.
Yeah.
Shelsky with it on the right side. Boy, in that first game, he was like lightning in a bottle. He just can't get bottle uncorked here for this night game.
Oh.
Almost out of bounds, but loose saves it. Between the legs, working on the left wing. Bland will try to stay with him. He does. Get it to Goins. He'll float to the top of the key. And now there's a timeout. Parke Heritage wants to talk it over. 47-43, Blazers leading the Wolves with 3 minutes to play in the ball game on the Heritage Lumber and Supply scoreboard. This is Rader Media Sports.
Some see a coach.
Correll's LP Gas has quite a story to tell. A locally owned operation for 78 years, offering residential and agricultural propane in 6 counties. They also fill camper, motorhome, and gas grill cylinders. Correll's LP Gas, located at Highway 54 in Linton. Check them out on Facebook or by phone at 812-847-4076.
3 minutes remaining in this ball game to punch your ticket for Indianapolis. 47-43. University Trailblazers proving once again that the second half seems to be their half as they lead by 4, 47-43 over the Parke Heritage Wolves. But Parke Heritage with the ball trying to do some damage here. Shelsky on the left side to Goins. Cuts over to the top of the key from the left side. Gives it back to Shelsky. He's picked up by Blake Gray, takes it right to the cup and gets the roll. It hung there like a teardrop and then just fell through the net.
Made us think about it for a while.
Boy, they don't get any bigger.
Kamek,
11 now for him.
his first foul.
Shelsky, who's had some not such good luck from the free throw line in this second half, steps up to the Midwest satellite of Linton free throw line. Let's put it this way. The Wolves need his three-point play.
Man,
in and out, no good. Ball goes out of bounds. They say it will stay with Parke Heritage. No. I think they're correcting it now.
Overruling it?
Yeah, because I think he realized that he had made the wrong call there, right? Didn't they? I mean, it went from the free throw line to the rim out of bounds. They're saying Parke Heritage. They're saying the Wolves or the Trailblazers touched it. Shelsky going in, shot up, no good. Rebound pulled out of there magically by University. I don't know how they stopped Shelsky from scoring on that play, but they did.
Yeah,
McComb.
And there's a mindless foul.
There's a foul picked up. Shelsky fouls McComb.
Just his first. 2:24 on the clock.
2-point ball game.
Probably a wise thing, as you know, if you get down to the end.
That's his second.
Second foul on Shelsky.
Blake Gray to inbound. Gets it inbounds to McComb. Goins will take him. Now Blake Gray back to McComb on the left wing. Goins trying to knock the ball away. Can't do it. Henderson from the baseline will make it count.
Goodness.
Another three. A Walton Funeral Service shot by Joshua Henderson. 50-45. And here we go. The Blazers asserting themselves at crunch time.
44% shooting from threes have been University.
Getting it over on the left side to Goins.
Parke Heritage had such success going inside.
And they have a height advantage. Yeah. Goins getting it inside. Reverse layup up and in. Carter Crum with a great shot. 2, 4, 6, 8. He has 14, and that makes it a 50-47 game. Blazers on top. Timeout on the floor. Blazers will have the ball and 1:36 remaining on the clock when we come back. This is Raider Media Sports.
Century, you have seen a lamp as our logo. This is the lamp of hope. It is a symbol that though we will go through darkness at the time of loss, there is a light that leads us to a greater eternity. It also reflects that we will be a light to help you through this difficult time. We're here when you need us most.
Welcome back to the 2A semi-state final from the Hatchet House in Washington, Indiana, where the University Trailblazers at 19-9 have a 50-47 lead over the Parke Heritage Wolves at 25-4, and they are now 1:36 away from punching their ticket to a state championship game.
Their last region, well, they have never won a semi-state that I see. Went to the semi-state in 2013.
Trailblazer fans rise to their feet, as do the Wolf fans of Parke Heritage. McComb to inbound the ball for the Trailblazers. Gets the ball in. Cortez back to McComb. McComb will bring it up against Ren Harper. Boy, what a difference he would make if he were 100%.
Yeah,
but
doing pretty good, though, considering he barely.
Cortez with the ball. They're going to try to play this out to get fouled. Mohammed Gray started to go dart to the hoop, thought better of it. I think they want to ice the clock here.
That's risky, though.
Mohammed. Foul called on Carter Crum. Carter trying to Blake Gray at 6'2", Carter Crum at 6'4".
Foul number 2 on him. Henderson coming in for Cortez. Henderson with 14 points. Again, game changer.
Getting ready to inbound the ball. Blake Gray gets it into Henderson. Working with on Carter Crum. Had a cutter, could not get the ball to him. Now they
timeout.
Called a timeout. University wants a timeout with 59 seconds remaining. They have a 3-point, 50-47 precarious lead with 59 seconds remaining on the Heritage Lumber and Supply scoreboard.
We're going to keep it right here because I'm going to see if I can find any updates on the other score for 21st Century Charter and Manchester.
I will say the University Trailblazers, formerly a 3A school, correct?
Well, they were 1A. I'm sorry. They were
1A.
1A.
And moved up to 2A, and boy, they have been a terror in this 2A semi-state final.
They had won sectionals in 1A in 12 and 13 and 18 and 22. 22 was a 2A when they moved up.
Blake Gray getting ready to inbound the ball from the side. They have a 3-point advantage and the ball. They get it in.
Not able to find an update as of right now. They're not reporting.
Cortez working it up against Carter Crum. Another foul on Carter. Cortez will trigger the inbound from the side.
3 on Crum.
Goins coming back in. Carter will check out. They're thinking they need more speed out there.
But I don't think they want Crum to pick up that 4th foul, even though there's under a minute to go in the contest.
McComb with the ball on the inbound. Gets it in.
Oh.
There, the ball's picked off. Loose with the ball. Darts in front of the passing lane, is able to steal it, and they're only down by 3 with 40 seconds, the clock running. Shelsky with the ball out on top.
Trying to get
Goes
free.
around a screen. Gets it over on the right side. Ren Harper.
Oh,
he's in trouble.
Oh.
Shelsky, plenty of time left here. They're playing for overtime. Shelsky fakes. Ren Harper.
No.
Shot up, no good off the glass. And a rebound is pulled down by Blake Gray. He's going to get fouled by Isaac Pickle, but there's only 13 seconds left now, and a chance for the Trailblazers to get more points on the board.
Muhammad was absolutely refusing to give Shelsky any shot of getting open. Just a tremendous defensive job on all of those post picks by Pickle. And somebody had to take the shot, and it was Ren Harper, and he probably hadn't shot a three-pointer in quite a while. All he's got to do.
Now, what are they deciding here? Blake Gray will step to the free throw line.
Yeah, they're all off the line.
The Walton Funeral Service three-point line.
Midwest Satellite, a free throw line.
Ooh.
Misses the first one at the Midwest Satellite of Linton free throw. Carter Crum checking back in. Goins going out. Blake will get another one, but he only really needs one at this point to make it a two-possession game with 13 seconds left. Blake. 3 dribbles, 4 dribbles. Eyes and flies. Good.
Yeah.
Blazers with a 51-47 advantage. Crum with the ball. They'll inbound. McComb playing to the crowd now, thinking that they've got it, and, well, with 13 seconds left, they just might. Blazers 51, Wolves 47.
Yeah, and here's where you got to draw up that play that, they've got to score twice, Kevin. So you really pretty well take whatever you got to take.
You got to score quick.
Yeah, so
the first time.
May come down the court and go right in the basket.
And try to steal the inbounds.
And if not foul, either that or I don't think they're going to give anybody a three-point look. There's Coach Miller of Washington right there.
Real quick comment here on YouTube, which we appreciate all those comments. Van Pasterman, who's watched a number of the Miner games, says, felt bad for the Miners today, but it was a great season. Go Miners. And he said, I am a Washington Hatchet alum. So is my wife, and I get tired of thinking of those stairs we had to run during gym class.
Oh, my. They had to run them during gym class?
I imagine so, if I had to guess.
Gosh.
I wouldn't think the rope climb would be much fun either.
Right now, University fans are getting loud, and who can blame them? 13 seconds remaining. Carter Crum to inbound. They got to go the full length of the floor, get a quick basket, and then try to steal it inbounds. Goins with the ball across half court.
They're
going to the right side. Shot up, no good, off the iron, and University with the rebound. They're fouled as clock stops at 4:07. 4.7 seconds remaining, which means University will be going to the line and a chance to add to their lead here. I believe it'll be Mohammed stepping to the line.
Pickle's going to get that foul, and boy, if you're a senior now for Parke Heritage, you pretty well, it's hitting you like a big wave that this is it.
Midwest Satellite free throw line.
And this team that was 3-6 at one point, Kevin, is going to go
to free throw.
It's going to go to the state final.
If you just have Henderson on your team, I don't know how you can be 6.
Yeah, I would be interested in reading or knowing about what the story was there.
Mohammed getting ready for his second free throw. It's up and good. 53-47. 4, 3, 2, 1. Shot knocked out of bounds. Blocked the three-pointer. They'll inbound, and then that'll be it. The University Pep block getting ready to storm the court, but they've been warned or asked already to refrain until the presentation of the trophies.
Which they probably didn't hear that at all.
Shelsky shot up, no good. Nope, they didn't hear it. Well, no, that's just the team right now. Running around aimlessly, and who can blame them? They win it 53-47. They will advance to the 2A state championship game in Indianapolis. So, great ball game, great tournament. And University from Carmel, Indiana will win this 2A. And you know, this final here was 53-47. Now earlier, University won, but it was an overtime, and that was
59-56.
What was it?
59-56.
So actually, Linton played them closer in an odd way in overtime.
Well, yeah, and
played University, but let's listen in here. Of course, you can't see it here on the live stream of audio only, but obviously the Pep Club, the kids are now surrounding. Macomb has the trophy, holding it high. University, who was not even picked to beat Linton, beat Linton, and what's more, they follow it up with a win over Parke.
I doubt they were picked to beat Triton Central, who they beat. Triton was a 16-10 team, so they might have been. They had to avenge a loss against Rader, who had beaten them earlier in the year, to get to this point. And
so we've got a post-game show coming up here. When we come back, we'll total up the stats for you and say farewell to a wonderfully exciting, and even though Linton lost today, still rewarding basketball season. This is Rader Media Sports.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back as the Trailblazers still celebrating here at the 2A semi-state final from the Hatchet House.
What I'm really enjoying about this, I've never seen this done before, but they're taking the trophy and handing it to every single player, and then the players' parents or their families is coming up and being able to stand with each one of the players, and then they're passing it around so people can get pictures, and then you hear the cheers.
I'll tell you
what's
get out. Very scary is you look at University and only Zion Bland and Max Macomb, they're the only singers on this team. And then you look at Parke Heritage with Ren Harper, Braden Luce, and Dayton Brown. So again, both of these teams very capable of being able to come back next year
and do it again.
Yeah, with that, and that can be said about the Miners as well, and Forest Park.
Let's look at Parke Heritage. 47 points, not quite enough. It's 6 points short tonight. And let's look at Goins. Failed to score. Braden Luce with 12 points. That's 7 at intermission and only 5 in the second half. Trey Shelsky with 11. I just think they had the wind out of their sails. Pickle with total of 10 and Crum with 14. Only 4 players scored for Parke Heritage.
Yeah, and I think you hit it on the head. I mean, it's hard to – you don't want to – I mean, Trey Shelsky really kept them in the contest today, kept them alive till the very end. And you could just see he missed he was 3 of 7 on free throws, and that's not something he normally does. So the legs are just playing 2 games in one day with the time frame in between. It makes it tough.
Let's look at the scoring. First of all, for Parke Heritage, which will end their season at 26-4. I went over that scoring. Braden Luce 12, Shelsky with 11, Pickle with 10, and Carter Crum with 14 for 47. For University, 5 players scored. Max McComb only with 4 points.
Yeah, he wasn't really a factor.
Blake Gray was a factor, 19 points.
Yeah.
He had 7 at the intermission and then added 12 in the second half, including 3 trays for a total of 4 3-point field goals on the game, and that proved to be a real difference maker. Mohammed with a total of 10 points, and Cooper Kamek with 6. Bland failed to score. Joshua Henderson, 14 points. He had 9 at intermission and 5 in the second half, but none bigger than his 3-pointer down here on the baseline as the end of the game approached.
Just killer shots when all the pressure was on. Blake Gray, he shot a whopping 70% from the field, 4 of 6 with 3-pointers. And Henderson, he shot 50% from the field. Cooper Kamek hit all 3 of his shots on the inside as well. So, again, Gray wasn't a big factor in the afternoon game. He did hit the 3 to send it to overtime. But Henderson in both contests was big. And that's big because McComb really wasn't a factor in either game as far as shooting. He was just 1 of 7. Defenses focused on him. But
you know, it's interesting because Shelsky and McComb, the 2 best players on the team, neither of them were really instrumental in tonight's ball game. Big D, I'll let you go over the rest of the story.
Well, the shooting, as we mentioned, Parke Heritage was 40% from the field, 18 of 45. They were 4 of 17 from three-point land, just 24%. They hit a lot more of those in the afternoon game. 7 of 12 from the free throw line, so that's 58%. Again, that's usually a little bit higher mark. 4 of 4 from the line. Carter Crum, I want to mention him, 4 of 7 from the field, 10 rebounds for Crum. Just a man all over the place, as well as a steal. 50% shooting from the field for the University Trailblazers, 19 of 38, 55 inside of 3-pointers, 11 of 20. They were 8 of 18. And let me just look in the fourth quarter. They were 3 of 3 in that fourth quarter on 3-point shots. All of those were key, stopping Parke Heritage kind of drives. 7 of 9 from the line, so they hit 78% there. Featured guys there. Muhammad was 3 for 3 from the line on that. Turnover-wise, 7 for Parke Heritage, 9 for University. Points in the paint. A lot of points in the paint for the Wolves. They had 20 of 25, 40 points on the inside. I felt like they went away from that towards the end. That's when they got their lead. They 22 points on the inside from the Blazers, who really didn't attack the inside a whole lot. Fast break points, that was heavily on the favor of University. They had 8 of those. Second chance points looked like that was pretty even, 8-6. Rebounds, 20 for Parke Heritage, led by 10 from Carter Crum, 5 from Isaac Pickle, 6 offensive boards from Carter Crum, 17 rebounds for University, led by 6 from Josh Henderson. And they had 4 on the offensive side of things. And just a tough way to end your season at this level. Like I said to this afternoon, Kevin, only 4 teams finish without losing in their senior season. And so it's just a tough time for the Parke Heritage Singers. I know they left it all on the court.
Well, they sure did. A great basketball game. First of all, the Trailblazers win an overtime contest with Linton to even survive to get to this championship game. And then not only do they get here, but they end up winning it 53-47, punching their ticket to Indianapolis. Their record goes to 20-9. And as I said earlier, Parke Heritage record dips to 25-5. What a great year for the Heritage Wolves as well. And the Linton Stockton Miners, their record drops to 21-7. And again, Heather, you and I have just thoroughly enjoyed covering the Linton Miners all year.
We have, and we've been blessed to have a number of amazing athletic directors that we've worked with during this season. Obviously Darren Clayton, but obviously those on the road as well. And then obviously we bring in our color announcers, Big D Dan Phillips and Greg Elliott. And it's very sad to see basketball season come to an end. But we know next year that we'll be ready for the 2025-2026 season. We're thankful to already have a number of sponsors that have joined on board for next year, and we'll be seeking those obviously between now and then. But for you and I, it's on to baseball and softball season here in a few weeks. And a lot of great basketball played here today and throughout the tournament. And we want to say thank you to all of the sponsors that stuck with us for Linton-Stockton season, and then those that were picked up during the tournament season. There will be a big thank you post tomorrow on Facebook thanking all of our sponsors as a graphic. And then we will be unlocking all of the Linton-Stockton basketball games from this season, and we'll let you know when those are up and ready to view as well.
And we're still taking applications to advertise with us next year.
We are. Got the approval on Monday, March 17th, that we are renewed for the next school year. We're thankful that we've picked up 3 new season-long sponsors for next year, just within about a 24-hour period. So we're excited to be able to take those with us, and we've had a lot of people renew. And basketball in Indiana doesn't get any better than this, in the respects that you can watch college basketball, which you and I have done a lot in the last week. We always talk about the march to the Final Four, and for Indiana high school basketball, it's much different.
Well, yeah, can I say, and I don't want to get on a soapbox here, but to me, college basketball has become semi-pro. They're just coming in and out and leaving, and there's no real loyalty here to watch these high school kids battle and play for their schools.
You don't get what you see like a Clay City, a Linton, and a Parke Heritage, these kids who grew up together, who played together. You don't see that in college anymore. Any smaller team that has a good run, they're going to lose half of their team before they even can. And I even saw that a spring football game was canceled at a Big Ten school because they were worried about
Nebraska.
Other teachers.
But now other schools are following suit.
Because you can't play because people are going to poach them. But that's a subject for another day. It's just let me add my voice to the appreciation of Linton Minor fans and the support they give us and the support they always give the kids, the effort all the kids put to it, the cheerleaders, the band. We can name everything about it. It's just you make a lifetime of memories, and you'll remember these days. You will remember them all, the remainder of your life.
Just like to say that our gift to all of you, or any of you who've been able to be with us all year, is always to give you as professional and experienced game of enjoyment for you. You can take pride in not only your kids but in the broadcast. We feel like the only reason we got into this is because we felt like it needed to be done better, and we continue to strive to do just that, and we'll pick up on that with baseball and softball to come. Well, Heather, I'll let you close it out.
Well, I am very honored and proud to sit next to the two of you and Greg Elliott every broadcast night. Kevin, you and I had talked about just a few days ago about how it's weird how we transitioned into just one game a week. And we feel, sometimes in November and December specifically, when girls and boys basketball are going on simultaneously, and then especially when you have the success of the football season, November was crazy for all of us because you had the success factor for the football. You had the success factor for obviously, the Linton-Stockton football team going to sectional and then regional and semi-state and then even state. And then you've got the girls that are playing 2 games a week, and then you bring in the boys as well. And you and I met ourselves coming and going a lot of those days. And we both sometimes would sit there in our home scratching our head thinking, okay, we need a break. And what I mean by a break is we need to figure out how we can do things better, and we needed to kind of reevaluate and try to figure out how we could give more promotion for not only Linton-Stockton Miners that we do follow every game, but obviously the other schools. And then you kind of figure out how you're going to switch things up a bit. And then luckily we only had 1 week of reschedules with the boys basketball due to weather, which was surprising during this winter. But
No, I was just laughing, saying weather. Baseball's around the corner. You guys will have fun with that.
Baseball and softball, spring sports in general, we were always told was a new animal in the respects that weather, Mother Nature, just sometimes doesn't play nice. And we did see that. We would set up, get all ready to go, call one inning of a game, and here comes the thunder, here comes the lightning. I remember the Bloomfield softball game. We got all set up. We started to get through it, and then all of a sudden there's a rain delay, there's a lightning delay, and then it was, okay, we're going to call the game. And we're prepared for that. We sit down and try to figure out the best schedules. But, Kevin, you and I love this every day. And this is all, a lot of days, some days we talk about is how we can improve and how we can make things better. And we're really honored that a lot of you who did not have any confidence in us at all from day one, and we're pretty vocal about it, now see that we are doing everything we can to put your kids and your grandkids in the forefront. And then thank you to those that have, since day one, had our back and honored us. And, you know, it's truly amazing to do what we do and be able to be with these students and these staff members at Linton Stockton and showcase all things Linton Miners, not just sports. So we're going to take it out of here for tonight one final time. As mentioned, University will advance to the state finals next week at Gamebridge Fieldhouse, and they will face either Manchester or 21st Century Charter. For Dan Phillips, Kevin Rader, and myself, this has been a production of Rader Media Sports.
Thank you for watching this high school boys basketball broadcast. This has been a production of Rader Media Sports. Until next time.